Sacramento is set to look a whole lot different. In fact, I don't think a lot of people realize how different the Sacramento area is going to be with all the projects that are underway. We're talking about major new developments, new communities, new retail, new entertainment, infrastructure projects, and billions of dollars being invested throughout the Sacramento region. And tonight, we're going to break down some of the biggest projects coming to Sacramento, Roseville, Folsom, Rancho Cordova, and West Sacramento, and in fact, all the surrounding areas. Some of these projects could completely change the areas around them. We're talking about everything from new shopping, entertainment destinations, massive housing developments, new schools, transportation projects, and projects that could create thousands of jobs. But here's what I really want to talk about tonight. Which one of these projects actually matter if you own real estate, or if you're thinking about buying a home somewhere in the Sacramento area? Because not every shiny project automatically means the area is going to increase and get better. Some could increase in demand, some could completely change the neighborhood, and some might actually be getting a lot more hype than they deserve. So tonight we're going to go through them, talk about what's actually happening, what's coming next, and where I think we're going to see some of the biggest changes over the next 5 to 10 years. And I want you guys involved. Drop in the chat where you live: Sacramento, Roseville, Folsom, Elk Grove, Rancho. Let's talk about some questions that you guys want answered. And tonight we're bringing on Derek Minnema, who's the head of the Connector Project, who has ties to some of these projects happening in the Sacramento area, so we can get the inside scoop. Let's get into the show. Let's talk a little Sacramento and Sacramento projects. Ooh, baby, I feel refreshed, good, revived. I took a couple weeks off. I missed you guys, though.
Great
Everyone
intro.
out there. So Derek, give us a little bit of the tale of the tape of you. You know, like,
Tale of the tape.
Yeah, Connector Project, Man, the Myth, the Legend. I mean, I see your podcast always, and it's like you're interviewing like top legislators, like you're talking about planners, project leaders. I mean, if there's anyone who can give us a little bit of an up-to-date stuff on what's happening in Sacramento, it's kind of you, just by osmosis, correct?
Dude, I appreciate that. That's very nice. Man, I definitely remember going on your show. Had to be in about a year ago, and I've always had fun talking with you, Mark. So let's get into some of these projects. I mean, you had such a great intro. And like tomorrow for us is the first day of school. I think, people moving into Sacramento, they're going to be interested in knowing what are some of these projects coming in. So let's get into it, man.
All right, cool. So, okay, for you, let's talk Connector Project. Let's just lead it in with what your bread and butter, like, how are we doing on that Connector Project? And let's fill a little people in on exactly what that is.
Yes, we are building an expressway between Folsom and Elk Grove. So if you can think of the South Sacramento County, if you're in the Folsom area, you will head south of Highway 50, and there's that whole new Folsom Range, right? Out beyond there is White Rock Road, and White Rock Road is like this regional expressway that is going to travel down south through Rancho Cordova into Elk Grove, and then it eventually connect to Interstate 5. So it's like a 34-mile expressway project, and it's like the backbone of the South County. And so that's what I'm working on.
Very cool. How are we doing on the project?
Yeah. I mean, everything's going great, Mark. I mean, honestly, I appreciate you asking. There's a lot of activity. All three cities are growing like crazy, and there's home developments all along the corridor. I'm having a great time doing it. And, part of that has been bringing on the podcast, like you mentioned. We've had some of our engineers come on. We've had politicians come on. We've had policy experts, and it's all really just about a transportation podcast. And it's been real fun to host recently.
Very cool, man. Well, we'll do a little shout out to
You're like
everybody.
my mentor, bro. You're like my mentor. Come on now.
I want to have you on the show at least like once every couple months, telling us about what because you got the ear to the ground, man. You talk to all these people, and here's the thing: we as realtors, or me as a realtor, I hear stuff. I hear people, I talk to people, but you're the one who's talking to the people who are actually making this stuff actually happen. So for me, I appreciate you coming on the show. This is awesome. And Pamela, I appreciate you joining in. I got Sergio as well too, going into that new house fairly soon, Sergio. So I got a cigar session with you happening there. And Derek, man, West Roseville in the house. We got so many people kind of tuning in, and I
Love
know
it.
I left you guys for a couple weeks, but we got a fun show tonight. As far as let's just lead in with one of them. Like, as far as the 50 goes, what do you think? What is that Spidey sense saying? Is it still going to be completed this year?
Oh my gosh. It's your favorite project, I know.
I know.
Highway 50's been under construction since probably you and I have started living here, man. Like, it feels like a never-ending project, right? So yeah, I think it's pretty much done. I mean, it's pretty much wrapped up. But I did see that they're still putting on some finishing touches, and there's still a lot of construction out there. And there was a fatality recently, which I think that kind of stuff is really terrible. It's more of a reason why I think projects need to get wrapped up when they're started. You need to complete them quickly. But Highway 50. I live off the 50 corridor, and I live in Fair Oaks. I think by and large, it's actually a well-operating freeway. So it's when you get into the downtown area that things get, super congested. And what's the solution to that? I mean, they've already been working on this stuff for so many years. It's hard to see like how you're really going to fix the downtown traffic.
Oh yeah, I feel kind of like sometimes like I'm Vin Diesel driving when I got to cruise over to the 16th exit. You know what I mean? I'm driving and I'm looking and I'm going like, how am I going to make it? It's like 10 feet. How am I going to switch over and everything too? And it's, I mean, just really, there's a little bit of the cross your fingers, because there's really no way to get back. And I missed the exit a few times. And like Sergio right now, who's actually moving to the West Roseville area. So you got the 65 and you got the 80. So happy to not be driving through that nightmare of the 50 for the next few weeks. It kind of is still. It's kind of like, it's finished, but it's like still it's like, still, there's still gaps a little bit here and there. Don't you think?
Look, traffic is soul sucking. Like, it's just terrible. Yeah. And I think traffic's getting a lot worse here. So, I try to look at like, can they please build a new bridge across the river? Can they do stuff like that? And I think, we need some more of that investment into the mobility aspect of it. Traffic is soul sucking, man. You know it.
Oh, 100%. But here's the thing,
and
though,
it's
too.
Gonna pick up with school.
Right? Picking up with school. And also, you got like eventually going to be like 15,000 new homes in Folsom. You got El Dorado Hills building new homes, Elk Grove, West Sacramento, Lincoln, like Roseville, I think it might have said, Rockland. You got all these areas, and they're spread out throughout the Sacramento area. So all of a sudden you have these freeways that were like, we're designed for a certain amount of houses and people living here. But now you're putting in an additional, going to be putting in an additional 100 to 20,000 new homes here in Rancho as well too. And like it's going to be a game of catch up for sure. Look at East Bidwell. You probably dealt with that as well as myself. That's just like, whoa, right?
Yeah. Look, 100%. I think there's a long known story that some of the freeway projects that should have been built never got built. And so we miss a lot of connections that should have occurred, something between 50 and 80, for example. But like you said, that's never going to happen. And so we have this struggle with surface transportation. You got, companies looking at like micro mobility solutions or tunnels and all this kind of stuff, because there's a limit to how much we can really do on the surface with these roads. We can only widen them so far. And so I think, as the homes come in, the traffic gets worse, and it's a tale as old as time. So,
but the pivot on this one is the fact that people are still moving to Sacramento. They're discovering how amazing of a place this is. Like, we've kept the secret for a while. We've enjoyed the hate on the internet, so people don't come here as much as they did. But now, like, the secret's kind of out, guys. Sacramento, best bang for your buck, because I always say for the California lifestyle, you can still have that resort style vibe. golf course living if you want it. You can live on the water. You can get a boat. You can get an RV. You can get land. You can get anything. You can get new homes. You can get resale homes. You can live in some of these amazing communities. And I think part of it is like a growth spurt, right? Let's say, for example, you got a child who grew a foot, and you're, oh man, we got to buy new clothes and everything too. But I mean, it's all for good reasons, right? I mean, and that's kind of what I look at in Sacramento specifically. I say to myself, like, the reason why we are running into these, like, hey, we got to do more infrastructure, we got to do more public transportation, is because Sacramento is a very popular spot that people are moving into. If it wasn't, we probably wouldn't have to deal with all these issues, but because it is so popular and people are liking it and discovering it and going, I can get what there and they have what there, like, we're having these problems. But in a weird kind of way, it's because it's a really nice place to live. I mean, what do you think?
100%. Oh, dude, preach. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I mean, it's for California, affordable-ish, right? You know what I mean? You've got so much recreational opportunity, access to surface water like lakes and rivers. You got incredible weather. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of really interesting neighborhoods, terrain, mature trees. And so, I mean, I think that Sacramento's got a lot of stuff going so great for it. I mean, I personally live in the Fair Oaks area, and there's equestrian stables, there's kayaking. I mean, there's so many great recreational things you can do here, and so, and maybe we will get a Major League Baseball team. They're talking about it. Maybe we'll get this Major League Soccer team. They're talking about these stadiums. I've loved having the A's here, but they're not gonna stay, right? They're gonna go. But I think it's been really great having a Major League Baseball team here. I'd love for the city or the region to attract a sports team like that. Hey, the Kings have had better seasons, but having the A's here has been really cool. So yeah, I mean, I think you said it well, that there's a desire to move here because there's a lot of really good things happening.
Funny story that you mentioned about the Kings. One of my daughters lives in San Antonio, and she's like, did you really have to send us Fox? Did you have to send us Fox? Seriously, of all, like, I don't know what, she's like, he torpedoed the Final Fours big time. I'm like, I don't know what happened. He was doing fantastic here. But as far as Sacramento goes, I mean, sports are a big thing. We got the Kings, we got the River Cats, hopefully a Major League Baseball team. But the big talk around the water cooler is the rail yards, the Republic's new stadium. I mean, that's a big, big thing for here, because here's the thing, guys. Once that goes into play, we can legitimately kind of start working on the Riverwalk project in that area. And that kind of brings everything into, like, an area that has been completely underutilized, in my opinion. I mean, what do you think? For me, I look at that and I say, that's going to be that spot that everyone goes, let's go to the Riverwalk. Let's go to a game. Let's go to restaurants. I hear all sorts of buzz about that. What do you hear about that?
Well, I mean, I think, you're looking at a decade plus of investment that's gone into this area. I mean, slowly but surely. But there are buildings going vertical, right? I remember when we really had to, we had to clean that area, right? Like, that took years to clean it. And so, it's slow moving at first because there's so much environmental remediation. It was an old rail yard, and you have to clean all that stuff up, and it takes years to do it. But they did do it, and then they did bring in some new streets and water infrastructure and sewer infrastructure, and then you're starting to see buildings go vertical. And so I think now with the stadium having a tribal backing, I think it's going to be a reality. I mean, it's they moving in that direction, and they seem to be making a lot of progress. So yeah, I mean, I think the rail yards is one of these things, Mark, that Sacramento has talked about for decades, and it's starting to be here. you know.
Well,
So
that's the funniest part. Like, okay, for you, you're a Fair Oaks guy. I'm a Gold River guy.
mhm.
You know, you go to the Capitol now and again to hobnob with all the people. I do not. But like for you, if you weren't doing that, I mean, realistically, there isn't too much of a huge, I mean, Midtown has some nice restaurants, some nice area to go to, but there's not really that draw where you're like, you know what, let's take the kids, go to like downtown and enjoy the weekend, right? I mean, for
No,
me, not really.
yeah,
Like for you, I mean,
no.
how do you feel about that?
We go for shows, right? So, there's something at Golden One, and you're gonna bring your kids or whatever. We'll go down for shows. I think we went to Monster Jam there, right? Um,
Yeah.
there's you know, but no, we don't do that. Kind of, that's not how. I mean, my kids are in elementary school, so like I said, we're gonna be out kayaking, or we're gonna be, maybe in a friend's pool or something. Like, we're not going downtown, to hang out.
Yeah.
Um,
But,
but for me, it's work, right? Like
oh,
I'm
yeah.
in the downtown area during the middle of the day, and there's still a need to do some cleanup. There's some definitely areas where, like, I don't want to be anywhere near, and I actually had this one time, man. I had somebody come up to me. It was so freaked me out, man. It's just nuts. So, yeah, they need to do a better job of that. But generally, there are, offices that are still lively, and there's plenty of places to get lunch and stuff. So, we'll see.
But
We'll
I
see.
mean, here's the thing with the new stadium, the whole like Riverwalk concept and the revitalization of
Yeah.
all that stuff too, like that becomes that extension of, hey kids, let's go watch a game afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's go get some dinner and let's hang out by the water. Like if they can do it right, that becomes another avenue where a lot of people won't be like, I haven't been to downtown in 6 months. It'll probably be a little bit more like, yeah, we want to go down there. I mean, with that one domino effect of the Rail Yard Stadium, with that one domino of the cleanup and maybe just new boutiques, new restaurants and everything too, it opens it up to one of those things where all of a sudden you're like, yeah, why I kind of want to go take a look at it. I'd love to bring like my kids to a game, on the water, watch the, the Republic play. And then afterwards, maybe hit a spot and go, and do some stuff downtown. I mean, I love that concept because I think that that's one of the things that Sacramento was missing. A lot of people came in and they're like, yeah, we went to downtown. Thank you. We'll call you when we're back up. But for this, it's like go to the Riverwalk, go see a game, go check out some nice
Yeah.
restaurants and boutique shopping, and enjoy the downtown area, man. Have fun. And you
I
got
think you're
what?
making a great point. I think you're
I
making a
mean,
great point because yeah, go ahead. I mean, it's like right now we have the stadium, but it's on K Street, right?
yeah.
And so if there's going to be another stadium, it gives you an opportunity to make like a more of a market commercial area and not be K Street. So, um, I see it. I understand your vision. I love it. I hope it
Well,
works
I
out.
mean, I've gone to a couple Republic games in the current stadium, and trying to get out of there is just like a big smoke, like it's a little hectic, right? But I think that if they can do it right and create an atmosphere that's on the water, the Riverwalk
Yeah.
atmosphere too, they create something where it's going to bring in additional commercial. It's going to bring in people that really want to see that area. Then it's going to revive areas like, your Oak Parks, your Tahoe Parks, your like all these other areas, and we can see that push on like, okay, it's kind of cool to do this. It's kind of cool because what I noticed about East Sacramento Land Park, and you might see this as well too, East Sacramento Land Park, those areas, it seems like a majority of people who live there need to be downtown, or people who are bouncing around East Sac. It's like, oh, I lived on this street, now I'm living over here, I'm living over here. A lot of people that
Yeah.
I see who come into Sacramento, in the Sacramento area, are like, I'm looking at Folsom, I'm looking at Rockland, I'm looking at Roseville.
Mm.
I want to hit over there too. But now, if we can kind of get it a little more Riverwalky, you got the stadium, you got the new Kaiser campus that's coming in, and then all of a sudden we have the I Street Bridge. I mean, we all of a sudden create something down in that downtown area that becomes the
Yes.
draw that pulls people down there, right?
I mean, yeah, of course, paint it with a paintbrush. I mean, these projects just have to become a reality, my friend. Um, they take a long time, and the Ice Street Bridge just is not going to get built anytime immediately. It's very expensive bridge. So I love what you're saying. I mean, like if I was to, come into the Sacramento region, I think I'm kind of looking along the 50 and 80 corridor for sure. I think the areas you listed would be my kind of location. But I have a family, and schools are important. Recreational opportunities are important. Little neighborhoods are important. Not the civic amenity of a nearby stadium or a river block and things like that. I definitely think it makes sense that in those areas you have, a little bit more of a higher scale condo or something like that, right? Like, people that, are just into that more urban type of life. For us and my family, we got 3 kids in elementary school. So that's going to be a big decision for us is like where is a good school and where's a good neighborhood.
Uh,
Sacramento City Unified School District is not a very good school district right now. And I think, I'm seeing this comment come in. I mean, it is a mess. And, I think we have to just speak that and say it's true. It is an absolute mess. So,
I think one thing I've noticed about Sacramento in general is the fact that we believe in building new and not renovating and putting money into the older, like whatever it is out there. It's like, and I see that a lot in Sacramento. Like you have these schools that are being built that are like mini colleges, like in Folsom, in Rockland, like Roseville, where all the new homes are, the
yeah.
Mellorews and everything too. But the homes that like, or the areas like in the East Sacramento Land Park, everyone, they just don't reinvest in those schools, and it's a shame because those areas I think really kind of deserve it, So yeah,
Yeah.
I,
It takes a lot to keep investing in these facilities because you know they they really only sell these school bonds like every 30, 40 years, right? I mean, decades go by when a school district has the real ability to sell school bonds. And so you have some districts that are doing really well. And yeah, I mean, some that aren't.
oh
So,
yeah.
mm,
We got Candace who says they have to upgrade our infrastructure, roads, and freeways. No, 100%.
oh my
I think
gosh.
that, yeah,
Yes,
go for it,
please.
Derek.
No, that's it. That's 100% agree with that comment. Um,
Yeah.
don't you?
I mean, I've often told people our Achilles in Sacramento, and it's not really Achilles. It's just we're building so fast. I mean, we are building so like the ramp up to as many new homes that we're selling right now and building and communities popping up. It's just no one expected that to happen in the Sacramento area. I mean, before COVID, it was just like you'd have a few communities here in Elk Grove, one here, one there, and now it's like what Elk Grove, you got like I don't know, maybe like 12 communities over there too. You got in Folsom, you got like right now about 7. And then you got, active communities as well too. So you have so much building right now that I don't know if anyone really predicted it. And it just stems from the idea that when COVID happened, a lot of people from the Bay Area were looking at options, and they're like, I want to move, I want to own my own house, I can do the Zoom thing for a while, and all of a sudden, areas like Mountain House, areas like the Sacramento area, like Folsom and everything too, and people started really kind of getting into that, and then they started coming in here, and so then all of a sudden we had this boom that we're currently in now, even though the market isn't fantastic now, and as I was telling Derek, but it's still one of those things that if you look at our market comparatively towards like a Denver, or not a Denver, like a Dallas or a Houston or a Phoenix, we're still thriving. We still have projects happening and we're still kind of going. Rates, not great right now, but at the same time, we're still kind of chugging along. And I agree with you guys. I think our infrastructure needs to be built up. I think we need to also work on public transportation. I think that you go on the freeway and it's like, hey, one person in a car, one person in a car, one person in a car, one person in a car. Like it
Yeah.
just, it would be nice to have some transportation that you could like hop on and go to the rail yards for a nice game. Pop on, pop off. There you go.
I
What do you
want to
think?
ask you, Mark. I want to ask you. So all those new home communities you were just talking about, when buyers are looking in the brand new home communities, what are some of the things that are resonating? What are people looking for? Are there certain features or amenities that you find in the new homes that are really appealing right now?
One, it's a lot of things. A lot of them are the incentives. You know, if you look at
Mm,
it, some are offering 3-2-1 buy down, some are offering FHA rates in the threes and the fours, and it's just the incentives and being able to buy. There's still a lot of people who want to buy, but if we look at our interest rates right now, hovering around 6.75. Last year we were dipping down. Right now at this point, last year we were like at 6.45 ish, and we were dipping down. And our rates are high. And then you got like gas prices, you have Costco bills, you have like, you know, last vacations that we all went on that we spent probably way too much money on, and school starting up, like all those expenses. And the biggest thing that people are like, we want to buy, we're looking at resale. Yes, every realtor and their mother is telling me that I should go resale and everything too. But then all of a sudden I see an ad for Taylor Morrison. They say, hey, you can get a brand new home and you can get a 5.25 interest rate. And yeah, I got Melrose. I'm not happy about that. But at the same time, it's a brand new home, energy efficient. It's in a community.
mm,
Maybe it's a little too tight, but at
mm,
the same time, it's a brand new home. And I mean, like, here's the
right.
thing, Derek. You and I are kind of like
Yeah.
established community type of people. But I got to be honest with you. This year alone, I got a fence that I had to deal with. That's about 10K. I got siding on my house. That was another 5K. I had to re-side the chimney. That was another what 2.5. My driveway is a little cracked, and I got Gold River HOAs, and that's gonna be another 10K towards the end of the year. And there's a part of me goes, like, in a new home, I don't really have to deal with that stuff, you know. And I'm looking
Yeah.
at my HVACs going, please go, go, go. And I had an electrical panel that went. So, you know, there's a part of it that's like,
Um,
new's
yeah.
cool, you know. You know what I
Bro.
mean?
Oh, dude, I know what you mean, bro. I mean, yeah, that's like all year long, man. There's some sort of thing that you gotta upgrade or fix. I totally get it. I haven't lived in a brand new home. I think when I was a child, my parents probably had one at one point.
Yeah.
Um, my first home was a condominium. Um, and then we kind of came to more of a single family dwelling, typical house, and but it's older, right? I'm built in the 80s, and dude, everything you just said, it's like I've had to deal with the fence. Yes, I've had to deal with my HVAC. Yes, like, and it just keeps coming.
Oh yeah.
So
So brand new, and you're talking about like, you know, and you know, you guys are right. I mean, honestly, like your next comment, the new home communities are so close. They are. And it's a pain. You can
yeah,
wake up, have your coffee, and give your neighbor a high five. Here you go. Hey, thank you. You know, yeah, you're completely right. And you
so
got the
dude.
Melrose, you know?
Dude, I think that a big part of that conversation is like that exact trade-off. Because when you have these lots that are in more, you know, older neighborhoods, mature neighborhoods, you have so much privacy, or you have the opportunity to build your privacy, right? Like you could really put, if you don't have, you know, some easy landscaping, you could have a real private yard. And you know, the new communities, the lots are so small. I find it's almost a little startling for me because a big part of what some of my home improvements that I've done over the years have been to like, yes, upgrade, but also improve privacy, kind of make it your space, right? And you know, that's how I get where I live, you know.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it's not ideal, you know, and we're talking like a what 5 foot fence, 5 foot to the next house. I mean, it's definitely not ideal. But here's the thing for a lot of people, like if they went to a normal rate right now, and yeah, I know you can do seller credits, all that stuff too. But if you go in for a regular rate, you know, you're saying, okay, 6.75, you can qualify to buy a $500,000 house, you know, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. probably not going to be perfect. There's going to be deferred maintenance on it as well too. Or you can go in and you can buy yourself like a brand new $600,000 house, no deferred maintenance. It's brand new. You're good to go. You got to landscape the backyard and you're a little too close to your neighbor. But at the same time, insulation, you got energy savings, you got the fit and finish, you got a 10-year structural, you got a brand new HVAC, you got a brand new, probably more than not, a tile roof that's about 50 years. And you're saying to yourself, I would rather be with Derek. I'd rather be with Mark. I want to get those established communities, but it just is not in the cards for me right now. And, and that's what's nice for us in Sacramento to have that option for new homes where you say imagine if we were in an area where the only new homes were happening in like Rancho. That was it. Not saying Rancho isn't great, but you got new homes everywhere. You name a spot. Yeah. Fair Oaks, there are new homes.
Yeah.
Elliott's building in Fair Oaks. Orangevale, I just did a community video out there too. Roseville, Lincoln, Rockland. There's even stuff in West Sacramento,
Take your pick. There was one more thing I would add to your little list of one of the great things. And I think the architecture of these floor plans now, they're really the modern stuff is great with the openness. One of the things we've had to do in an older home is a fair amount of interior remodel. Just to kind of, I think like some of these homes that are older, they're so compartmentalized, and you don't have, you have a lot more of the more natural open floor plans in these new builds, and I think it's a huge benefit to some of these, for sure.
Yeah, at sometimes too, I think if you took a person and you basically said you can either go established or you can get a brand new home. Majority of the time, I'd say 75% of the time, if the deck was stacked exactly the same, a person's going to say, I want a resale home in a good community. I want to get those trees. I want, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want the, kids driving on their bicycles. This is what I want. But we're not in that market where for a lot of people, they can afford that. We're in that market where everyone is saying, I don't want to be that close to my neighbor. And yes, it is. It's usually a lot of the homes, if you go to KHOV, not all homes, because some builders build it a little differently. But for the most part, what I've noticed is it's 5 feet, then a fence, and then 5 feet so you got a 5-foot side yard, 5-foot side yard, then there's a fence, and then there's a 5-foot side yard. Your neighbor has a 5-foot side yard. So that's kind of what it looks like normally, right? But, the benefits of new homes, I know, and this is it. One is it does give us additional options. And now here's another thing too that I always tell people about on this channel is that if we didn't have so many new home building going in, for those people who love resale and you want your resale homes, you're loving life that we have so much new homes because it actually helps keep prices down on the resale homes. Imagine if we didn't have all those new homes. Imagine what resale prices would be like. But supply and demand, there's a lot of homes. Hey, I'm not going to buy your home in Gold River for $700,000. I'm going to go over there to Crestley and I'm going to look for some homes that are for like $600,000. So the supply and demand thing kind of keeps resale prices at a bay as well too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would love to see interest rates go down. Of course, we all would. But you're talking, macroeconomic real estate trends, and that's why I hire people like you.
I think like we were talking offline, I think I could be more of I'm like the realist realtor. Like we were talking about like the market right now, guys. And he's like, hey Mark, how's the real estate market? I'm like, not good. Interest rates are kind of going up a little bit. We're a feeder market. So people who wanted to move here, did it April, March, in May and, April, May and everything too. And now it's kind of slowed down a little bit. And there's a lot of people who have that big question mark. Unless they have to move, a lot of people are like, why am I moving right now? I'm not understanding this. Why would I not? And then you got people who are also saying, I'm going to score when December comes around and it's raining. I'm going out there to grab a deal. And, this market right here is hard. Now, luxury, completely different market. Luxury, hey, I
Yeah.
just got my Nvidia stock. I'm going to town. And
Wow.
but new homes are going to become very, very popular. And I think new homes though are hurting. So come end of the year, you're going to see probably a lot of quick move-ins, a lot of like incentives. And I think that that's going to be a bulk of the real estate sales that happen in our area towards the end of this year and beginning of next year. That's my
Mm,
gut. Now, you got
yeah.
this. Give me a 1960s, 70s home. You can keep those new cookie cutter made homes. Yeah, I know. What do you, Derek, you're on that. I don't think I could. I don't think even if it was $1, Derek would ever buy a brand new, like new construction home. I could just see in his eyes. He's like,
Don't
no
be
way.
saying that. Don't be saying that. I could move. I mean, honestly, I think you're saying a really good point. I mean, some of these lots that are planned out there in Folsom Ranch are gonna be out along that protected oak green belt. I mean, they set aside 30% of south of 50 to be an oak green belt. And you can look at the land use plans and there's going to be beautiful homes in there, right? I mean, you just know it. And so over the next couple of years, that stuff's going to keep building out. I mean, I know that maybe some people, I mean, you just said the market. I don't know the market, but I would say that Folsom is going to remain strong because they have such a good product. They
Yeah.
have such beautiful terrain, the oak trees, the green belt, the trails, a reputable school system, nearby Costco, nearby shopping center with Palladio. The whole thing about traffic on East Bidwell, you had brought that up earlier. Um, those are solvable problems. Some of these neighborhoods um, out in more established areas, they have problems that can't be solved. I mean, there's some things that are going to be real tough to fix. But you look at Highway 50 East Bidwell Street. That's a solvable problem. I mean, you can almost kind of know if you're in that area that there needs to be a couple more lanes, turning lanes, and the operations will be improved at that intersection. I think the city's looking at that now. So you can look at a project like that as being a near-term improvement that's going to help that whole south of 50 area. And so I think that market stays strong just because it's a great place to live, beautiful product, and I'm sure the homes will be beautiful.
Oh, I mean, Folsom is like, thank you, Johnny Cash. But Folsom's very, very popular. For me, for the new homes or resale, when I was looking for my house, I was going both resale and new. I mean, I was looking at both directions for me
Mhm.
because in my mind, and here's how I think about it, right? If you select the lot, you could probably get a little more space, depending on what lot you choose. But I look at it, Gold River in the 80s, these were all brand new model homes, and this is a new community. At one
Yeah.
time, I mean, if you're looking for that individual custom home, I mean, there are pockets here in Sacramento, but for the most part, majority of Sacramento at one time or another was a new home community. There were some homes people bought, and there you go. And that's kind of how it rolled out. And so for me, I don't have that stigma about, oh, I'm not doing that. I moved in an amazing couple into Toll Brothers, and I was drooling here, going like, oh, this is sweet.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So I don't know.
I wanna ask you
Hit me.
about Gold River, the shopping center, right? Like they lost the Starbucks. Like, do you know anything about if they're gonna start bringing in some tenants in there? Because they lost the coffee shop, and
They're
there's other
literally
things that
they are the worst landlords on the face of the planet. They charge so much. It's like notorious here in Gold River. Everyone knows it. It's like even like, the Outback that was there back in the day, they just charge so much for rent that no one
yeah,
is going to pay it. Like, it's just like, no, it's not. And here's the thing that's funny is like, even Starbucks couldn't afford it. You might be overpricing the rent just a bit if Starbucks says to you, I can't
yeah,
afford it. We're not
right.
able to pay the rent for you guys, So yeah, I think Gold River's notorious for that, for like, just charging way too much. You
That's too
know,
bad.
it,
Well, it's gotta.
it
I mean,
is.
I'm there every single day, right? I mean, I'm dropping the kids off right there. I mean, the whole neighborhood is fantastic. And I feel like there's like, how come there aren't some some more shops right here. You know, like there should be some more shops there.
Well, they've tried. They're like, okay, we'll get you that corner store. You'll have to pay $100,000 every month, but it's well worth it. And it's like, nah, it's brutal. The only people that you see that really are kind of staying there are like the ones that have been, I think, probably like grandfathered in. Like you got like El Forno, you got like Bel Air, of course. You have like some of the spots.
Yeah.
The one thing that's really kind of like done well though is Mimosa House. You know, they steady the course.
Yeah.
I've never been there myself, but everyone's like, oh, I love the place. Breakfast place is good. Arigato Sushi is doing well, but it used to be Salt Sushi. It used to be this. It used to be that. I don't know how it's going to do in the future, but for the most part, the big thing in Gold River is just that the prices for the rent is just way too much. And, you know, again, looking at it from a real estate point of view, you know, for all you landlords out there who have those, you know, brand new homes and you're renting it out, you would rather have that person that's like going to go the distance and be there for a long, long time and pay you a rent than like go for that premium rent and have a person there for 3 months and have to deal with finding a new tenant, letting the place stay vacant and everything too. And in commercial, they're just letting it sit. I mean, that Outback that used to be the Outback in Gold River is just like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Yeah. All right, here we
I don't know
go.
what to say. I mean, right up the street is the Fair Oaks Village, and it seems to be doing pretty well. You know, we just went into. I mean, that's just up Sunrise, right? So it's, you know, just across the river, and we brought my wife and kids out to the Fair Oaks Brew Pub on a Saturday night, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. I mean, the food was great, service was great. The whole area's kind of been remodeled in terms of like there's just been a lot of investment there. Just built a performance art theater and a brand new park, and so they've got a couple of good restaurants and a brew pub, and I was like, man, it's pretty nice. You know, it was a good, easy, fun, delicious meal. So
Fair Oaks is beautiful. It's got that like hallmarky kind of charm, got the chickens cruising around, the new amphitheater. I mean, it's nice. Fair Oaks,
yeah,
Fair Oaks is for me, it's one of those places I think people just sleep on. And, you know, I think Fair Oaks, you got areas like your Phoenix Fields, you know, areas where you live, you know, we won't say it because then you'll have people at your door, Currow Downs. I mean, I love Fair Oaks. I mean, in fact, I was looking heavily in Fair Oaks. I just could not find the inventory during when we were looking to buy. And for me, I think Fair Oaks is absolutely beautiful, beautiful. All right, we got Pamela who says, I agree 100%. I like houses from the 80s and 90s. I'd rather continue saving and get a house built of good material and unique in these cookie cutter houses of today. Yeah, I think, Pamela, when you come out here, we got to show you the Pocket. I think the Pocket, the Pocket for me, Pocket is beautiful. Like the Pocket Greenhaven area. I like that area. That's one of my favorites for sure. We got some good spots.
I have a good friend that lives there. And I'm almost positive the recent mayor of Sacramento lived in Pocket. So it's a well-known, safe neighborhood, great school. Yeah, Pocket's great.
All right, we got this. I watched Sacramento grow from a cow town to a true city. I've been here since 1969. My father was in Air Force at Mather. Mather, I like that area. I think it's like a little private kind of area out there. It's really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, I run into all sorts of people too who grew up in Sacramento, OG Sacramento, and they're like, yeah, it was just, some people are happy with the progress. Some people aren't. I talked to a lot of people in Elk Grove who are like, this is just too much. I can't handle this. This is just crazy. It was like, it was better back then. For me, whether you like it or not, progress is happening. It's you just got to get on board, and hopefully you bought a house so that progress can help you, put the price through the roof. But yeah, what do you think? How long have you been here, Derek?
I've been here for about 30 years. And I know from the census that the population doubled between 1980 and 2020. So, I mean, the size of the city is the region has literally doubled in my lifetime. So, um, it's interesting that to see the evolution of some of these communities. So Mather, obviously a big, huge Air Force base, 10,000 foot long runway. They, the type of runway that you could launch a B-52 from. And, when the presidents come here, Air Force One lands at Mather still. It's still in use today as a like National Guard staging area. So it's still active. I mean, FedEx and UPS and Amazon, everybody flies in there. That little community, I think it was like an officers area. And so then when they completely redeveloped it, it's kind of interesting that it is like such a little pocket, right? It's like surrounded on all sides by open space. There's like that little county park there. It is a really unique little pocket, and you better like living under planes because
Oh yeah.
you're gonna see planes all day long. So you can't move in there and then complain about jet noise.
No, definitely not. All right, we got another question. Are they ever going to be finished with the Highway 50? I mean, I think. What do you think? They're kind of wrapped up at this point, but there's still pockets of 50,
Yeah.
or what do you think?
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I think for the most part, the project's like 98% done. Is it completely closed out? No. But the real question is like, is the project ever really done? Because see, I feel like they've been fixing 50 for 30 years. So like as soon as they finish this one, there's just gonna be another one, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
come on, you know. It's
We get
just that
Daniel
this
says
one
let's.
was incredibly difficult.
Oh, this
Oh,
one's
look.
and it's and yeah, you mentioned the fatality last weekend too. It just
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's go, Derek and Mark. Daniel, let's
What's up,
do
Daniel?
this. All right, is our
Daniel
Ruth
bought
Chris
a
coming
home.
to
He
Folsom?
doesn't he doesn't need any advice. Come on.
Is there a Ruth Chris coming to Folsom? I don't know if there's a Ruth Chris coming to Folsom, but there is a good steakhouse in Folsom, and I forget its name, but everyone's always raving about it. And
Sutter
I've been
Street
wanting to
Steakhouse.
try it. What?
Sutter Street Steakhouse. Is that what you're thinking
Yes,
of?
that's the place. Everyone's always talking about Sutter Street Steakhouse. That's pretty good. I'm kind of like I'm loving the new Oz that opened up at the Palladio myself. Love Korean barbecue. Haven't gone to the steakhouse just yet. They got a Fuego de Chao in Roseville. So, I mean, we're bringing them in. We're bringing in like a lot of spots. I mean, I think we have a Michelin starred ramen restaurant as well in the Sacramento kind of Elk
Cool.
Grove area as well. So, I mean, we have a lot of stuff happening here in Sacramento. I mean, there's going to be more food, more development, more growth. I mean, what we got. And also like schools. I mean, we're averaging maybe a new school in a certain area of the Sacramento area like once a year. I mean, we're growing like crazy. It's just nuts
Yeah.
how there's certain areas that are just like stay the same. In Sacramento, if you came here 5 years ago and you came on a plane and came back, and it would just boggle your mind.
Yeah.
You'd see East Bidwell, you'd see all the houses in Folsom. Then you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go to Sac State. Which campus? The one that's opening up in Placer One? Or what I mean? Like, there's just so much
Yeah.
development happening in Sacramento. It's kind of hard to keep up with. I mean, you have so many new home communities. You got East Ridge Village up in El Dorado Hills. You have the new Taylor that's going to be opening it up in Rancho. Then another new Taylor that's going to be opening up in Folsom. You've got, I mean, Toll Brothers is going to be opening up in Rancho Marietta. So, I mean, we're spreading ourselves out. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We
I
need more
mean,
infrastructure, man. We need the connector project part 2. The
yeah,
revenge.
it'll all come after the houses are built, Mark. It'll all
Of
come
course it
after
will.
the houses.
Of course it will. I mean, I do sometimes. It's so funny. I do sometimes. I'm driving, past East Bidwell around 5 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and I see that big line of cars getting off, and I'm like, this is a
Yeah,
problem. This is a problem.
yeah. No, I mean, they're not going to build anything ahead of it, and that's just not even how the system works. So, but no, I like the restaurant scene that is growing. And um, I think I personally live in a little bit of a restaurant desert. There's not a lot of great options right where I live, but there's definitely more and more of these great restaurants coming into the region. And you don't have to go downtown. There's plenty of great restaurants that are popping up in the Roseville, Folsom, Elk Grove areas. So, um, yeah, um,
I got the
restaurants
best.
are huge.
Oh yeah, I got the best restaurant. It just opened up in Gold River, my backyard. I got fajitas one day. Got some steaks going the next day. I got some veggie fajitas after that. Guys,
But
if you
what are
don't
you
know a lot
blending?
about Sacramento, and I'm sure Derek's like I am, we're barbecuers, right? How many
For
barbecues you
sure.
got, Derek?
Well, I only have one, but like my brother-in-law has like four of them. And but I was gonna ask you, I mean, like, what are you blending in the backyard? I understand that you're barbecuing, but what's in the blender?
Oh, I don't drink. So for me, it's usually just like
Nothing.
mocktails or usually like now. Now in real estate,
Okay.
it's funny. Like you get calls sometimes from just random times and they're like, hey, can I see this house? And it's like, it just doesn't kind of pay to do that, you know? I mean, there's too much weird stuff
Yeah.
happening on the road too, as it is. So for me, nah, I'm good. How about you? You margarita
I
man?
blend no, I mean pina coladas. So that's an interesting point that you made, and I think that's real responsible, and I want to salute you for that. You're real, you're dedicated to your craft, and it's important to be available and sharp. And so that's wonderful. Um, I on the other hand will blend some pina coladas on a Saturday and
Oh yeah. Oh
enjoy my
no.
backyard there.
Believe me, I know a lot of realtors know how to throw down. I was in an event yesterday, and I was speaking about YouTube and everything too. And honestly, as I'm speaking, you seeing this is like maybe 12:30. All these realtors start coming around with their glasses of wine at 12:30. I left right
Yeah.
away. I went home. You know, we have to do the soccer thing, get ready for school. You know how that is. And it was just so funny. I was watching Instagram, and it was like they're dancing, they're doing this, or like limbo contest. I was like, that's just another world for me. And now I kind of try to stay a little relaxed. And I'm a homebody, but I do love my barbecues, man. My barbecue, my pool. That's just that's part. I think that's part of Sacramento, the pace. I was often tell people from the Bay, I'm like, you can just downshift, right? In the Bay Area, you're like in
Hmm.
fifth gear and you're like cranked up. You wake up and you're go, 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 go. Sacramento, it's not even fourth gear, it's not even third gear. You switch it to second gear, you're just relaxed and you're just at the good pace where you feel that like it should be the way it is. This is how it should have been all the time everywhere. But for me, I love the pace of Sacramento. I feel myself like I can breathe. I can grab a cup of coffee. I can watch a sunset. I can watch a sunrise. I can go for a walk. And guess what? The world will be just fine if I put down my phone for an hour.
Oh man,
So
for
I mean,
sure.
the pace we live is good, don't you think?
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think it's outdoor living. I think a lot of us have put a lot of emphasis in feeling that our yards are an extension of the home. You want to spend time out there. You want to have a space that is your vibe and your pace. And the weather here certainly allows for a lot of different options. And that's that wonderful climate. I feel like the summers have been mild in recent years. I certainly remember, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago when we had the awful wildfires, and
Mhm.
you had to get out of town, if you could, right? Because I mean, my goodness. But putting those events aside, when you have really, really poor air quality, when that's not happening, you've got just wonderful, wonderful temperate climate, and so extending your home out, whether it's gazebos, decks, barbecue areas, having places for guests and things like that. I mean, Sacramento's got a wonderful opportunity for those type of home improvements.
Oh yeah. And also, like, I noticed too, the funny thing is, like, for eclipses, for going out at night, clear skies normally, like, you hear the
Oh yeah.
wildlife. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's just, I really enjoy it. Like, sometimes, I'll go out when it's a little bit cooler, go for a nice walk around my area, and it's just nice. I mean, you just feel very relaxed, very chill, very, I don't know. I really enjoy it. And yeah, so for me, that's it. And like, peace is more important in this season of life. Absolutely. I think it's 100%. I mean, I often tell people all the time, I'm like, the biggest killer of people in general is stress. Stress is that killer. It kills more people than anything else. And I'm not looking to
No.
be that realtor that you find on the side of the
Yeah.
road, clutching my phone, waiting for that last deal to happen. No, you might find me in my pool floating, but
Yeah.
I think Sacramento,
Yeah.
for a lot of people who live in like LA, the Bay Area, who are just stressing out. I get it. I was there. I felt like I was the center of the universe. And if I was not there, the
Mm.
work would not get done, the world would not revolve, and everything too. And once you get to Sacramento and you can kind of relax a little bit, enjoy yourself, organic veggies, got some nice restaurants, and just spend
You
those
can be
movie nights with
lazy.
your
Is that what you
kids.
said? We can be
Huh?
lazy.
I think it's more like, here's what I think, right? I think I look at it sometimes like I'll watch a movie with my family. Like, we'll sit there, we'll get the popcorn, watch a movie, and I can really disconnect from work and just kind of sit there and be in the moment. So I think it's more about just being in the moment. Being in that moment where you can enjoy the bike rides, you can enjoy this, and your brain isn't like, because I remember in the Bay, I would be doing some of these fun things, but my brain was always on something else. It was on the next thing that I needed to do or this. In Sacramento, I can really focus more and be in the moment, enjoy like the little moments. And I've noticed that more and more about myself, like just enjoying the time. And because, time's the most impressive, is the most valuable commodity, period, right? It goes by too fast. And before it goes, at the end of it. So for me, I find myself with this pace, being able to enjoy my life a lot more, being able to like say, like, yeah, this is like, it's great. Like my daughter is getting ready to start middle school. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah.
For me, that's just it. That is it. What do you think?
I love what you're saying. I love, look at your pink shirt with your, relaxed outfit. You got a great tan going, Mark. I mean, you've got a little bit of the salt and pepper with that age and experience. I mean, dude, you're living your best life. I can tell you're living your best life. I love it.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to enjoying myself. We got Sergio, and who you surround yourself with. I'm picky who I'm around. I know you are, Sergio. That's why we're
Oh yeah.
so happy that you chose us to. But Sergio's another person too, who like he moved out and he's moving into his new home and everything too. And he's already got his
Yeah.
spot set up where he's going to be smoking his cigar, having his drink, and enjoying it and enjoying that like lifestyle. And I think I wish that for everybody, finding peace, finding those areas where you can just smile. I'll tell you something. I move so many people into the area where when I run into them, I talk to them. They're either sending me photos of their house, what happened to them. And the common theme though is this: I'm smiling all the time. Like I'm waking up and I'm smiling. Like the people that I run into, they're like, they moved to their homes. They're like, I'm still smiling. This is amazing. This is great. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm with you. I wake up in the morning. I'm grateful. I'm just happy, like it's a good way to be. Cause I don't know if I felt this way, when I was in the Bay, especially. I mean, when I was a kid, I felt that way, riding the bikes and everything too. But I mean, it's really crazy that, a lot of people live in the Bay Area, a lot of people live in Los Angeles, and their paycheck just barely covers it. You know what I mean? And then when they go home, they have a
Mhm.
smaller house and they're thinking to themselves, this is it. That's it. That I'm good. And I would say for any of those people, just come out to Sacramento. I mean, just take a look at what we got out here. Go to Toll Brothers in Folsom, smile. Go to Taylor Morrison in Elk Grove, have fun, and just take it. All right, so Derek, let's hit some projects before I let you go for the evening. Before you go to those pina coladas. All right,
Let's do it.
what do you think about these? Let's go Sacramento International Airport, SM Forward. We're talking about
Oh
modernization of the airport.
yeah.
What do you think about that?
Love it. Can't happen fast enough. And, the airport authority has always done a really great job with getting their projects moving. I thought they did a wonderful job with Terminal B. I mean, it's it's a very good terminal for our city. Parking garage is going up fast, so I mean it looks great. They're building this walkway right now, which would is going to be my favorite thing. I mean, right now we have to use this little tram to get over to the terminal. From the gate to the terminal, I have to take this little tram, and I don't really like that. So they're building this whole walkway, and probably be done within a year, I think. I mean, they're making great progress on it. So, I think Sacramento International Airport, a lot of great restaurants, easy, open, not crowded. Like you said, there's a pace to it that I think is a vibe that kind of matches. You talking about LA and stuff like that. I mean, my goodness, the hecticness in the airport. So Sacramento International Airport is, I think, very manageable. I think it's good, easy to get in and out. I mean, they're going to need to do something about I-5 because as we continue to grow, you're going to need a better entrance to that airport. But yeah, man, I think the next couple of years, you'll have a brand new parking garage and the walkway, and it's just going to improve the experience.
I love our airport, and I think that parking garage is going to make it. I think it's a smart move too. I mean, they're actually like, this is how they should be doing it everywhere. Like building the roads first, like they're doing the parking garage ahead of time, and then the airport's growth afterwards. So I think it's great. I think our airport is money. I love it, love it, love it. All right, now what do you think of the Placer One in the Sacramento State Sierra College area? The Placer One by West Roseville. What do you think of that area? Do you think it's going to be booming? Because a lot of people are investing a lot of money in that area. We got a new water park, West Roseville. We got the new Costco. Derek is like, I'm going to send him some like West Roseville, what's called All-Star t-shirt out there too. So, I mean, I love the West Roseville area. I like the Placer One area, but the Placer One, it's big, right?
It's massive. And I it's going to be built out over, phases, of course, but some of the amenities they've announced is like a surf park where they create waves for surfing. Like it's a surf park, pretty big facility for that. From a jobs perspective, the FBI is near that area, and I think they're talking about investing in a real high-tech crime lab. So I just think that whole 65 corridor has, all of the new stuff. I mean, come on. It's got, great access to, there's the Thunder Valley Resort Casino and Entertainment area. There's, the Top Golf and the Galleria. So, yeah, I mean, come on. I think they have a great piece of land out there, and they're going to do a good job developing it.
I love it. I love it. And you got the Placer Parkway that's going out there as well, too, connecting everything. I mean, they're going to be building. And that's so nice because it's kind of like in between like the West Roseville, Lincoln kind of area. You're going to get new schools, new commercial out there as well. It's just, it's great. I mean, 5 years from now, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like out there too. You got some great builders building there. GMC, you got Taylor. What do you call it? You got KB, you got like, some active communities as well too. I mean, it's just, we got so much land and they're just doing some amazing stuff out there. I think Placer One is just going to be, is really going to be it. Now, the only negative I'd say about Placer One, PG&E, not a big fan of that. I wish they would extend Roseville Electric just a little bit further, or maybe make SMUD something for everybody. But other than that, though, I think it's good. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a good one. We're going to pivot to give you guys some project updates. Okay. Sunrise Mall, sunrise tomorrow. What do you think of that?
I don't think I know anything about the Sunrise Mall.
Sunrise Mall is going. In March 2026, the city approved a public-private partnership to create like a sports center and a mixed live work area as well too. So the mall is going to be gone. The center, the sports center that was supposed to be going on in Folsom, the hockey stadiums and everything, or the hockey rinks and everything too, are actually going to be pushed to Citrus Heights. So that mall is going to be gone. They're going to create like an area where there's going to be some housing, some more commercial, but it's going to basically be this big athletic community kind of center complex that's going to have indoor hockey rinks. It's going to have everything, and it's going to basically take the place of where the mall is right now. It's going to be the staple. For me, I think Citrus has needed something like this for a long, long time. I think the Sunrise Mall did great back in the day. You know, people were going cruising around the Sunrise Mall, but I think at this point in time, they needed to do something to really, really help bring up the values in Citrus Heights. And I think that this could be it. I mean, put in yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's limited options because Citrus Heights is built out. So, I mean, this is probably their opportunity. It's a huge parcel of land, and I think you're right. If you're the city, what else is there? Like, you gotta reinvest, and this is the area to do it. So they've been talking about it for a while. Hopefully, this public-private partnership is the real deal.
It would be very, very good. Our next one, Sacramento Valley Station. A long-term vision would transform the station area into a larger transportation mixed-use district for transit. So we're talking about like what I'm assuming is the whole like Amtrak situation. Like what I heard about it is that they're going to have it set up to go to Laguna and then eventually maybe even being as aggressive as going to the airport in Natomas, or the airport in Sacramento. But what do you think as far as that stuff goes? I mean, as far as having public transportation, as far as also giving people who maybe need a day or two in the Bay Area a way to kind of get there that's, you know, safe, clean, nice, and to increase that, because we have so many people moving in here from the Bay Area that, like, wouldn't it be nice? I mean, think about this. You get on the Amtrak, you have a nice place where you can plug in your laptop, you got Wi-Fi on the Amtrak, you shoot to the Bay, you do your day, and after you're done, you flip back on the train and you're gone. That ain't bad.
I think that's one of the things a lot of people do now. It's called the Capital Corridor, and they need to. I mean, it's the State Department of Transportation has invested millions into it over the years. I think more reliable, speedy service is something they've been working on, but they're also working on other options. And so I know in more of the near term that the connection to San Joaquin County from, basically a north-south connection, there's real progress to move San Joaquin Valley Rail into Sacramento. So I would say this about rail. California is investing billions into rail. And so while it may take some time for it to get built, the plans are in place. I mean, I'm not, you were talking light rail, commuter rail. Those are kind of regional and local facilities, and there's just a ton of money from the state government flowing into that. So Sacramento, I want to say maybe it was 20 years ago, moved that downtown rail station. They kind of picked it up and shifted it over a couple hundred, I don't know, like 500 yards or something, to improve the accessibility onto the trains. And so, they've been putting millions into that for decades, and it'll start to pay off. Maybe it'll start to pay off, right? But I mean, like, Capital Corridor is already a very popular service, and I think it's for a good reason.
Okay. Now let me ask you something. You'll close out the show, and you'll go mix those pina coladas in a second. Give us the idea of the next 5 to 10 years in Sacramento, the projects that you've heard about, all that stuff too. What are the things that you say to yourself, that's going to be big, that's going to be big, and this is going to be big? Things that maybe even are ahead. Because one of the projects I want to bring you guys a little update on is Braden. And maybe next time I have Derek on, hopefully he's back, we can do a deep dive into the rail yards, because I think that's going to be just an epic project. But as far as you go, lead us into the idea of what do you think the next 5 years, let's go 5 years in the Sacramento area. And what do you say as being, these are the main projects? It could be anywhere from the reservoir. It can be anywhere from like Aggie Square. Like, what are the things in your brain that you're like, these things are going to be huge, huge for people moving into the area?
Okay. Um, well, I mean, back down towards, where the baseball stadium is, where the A's play in West Sac. I mean, the city of Sacramento and the city of West Sacramento are trying to build two new bridges. One of them is going to be called the Broadway Bridge, and then closer to the rail yards is I Street Bridge. I mean, the I Street Bridge was put out to bid this year. The dollar amounts came in over budget, and so they're pausing and trying to figure out how to get it built. But it is designed and it is approved and it is permitted, and so they have a project. They're just looking for the funding to build it. And I think if you really think about that downtown Riverwalk area, you are looking at a lot of major urban redevelopment that is going to be so good for the region. Like, I mean, regions have to have strong downtowns, right? It's like the beating heart
Yeah.
of an economy. And so to have those entertainment venues down there, not only with Golden One Arena, but having something that's the soccer, and then perhaps Major League Baseball, two new bridges. I mean, you're going to have those are going to be, I think, transformative. So that's my first one. How was that?
All right. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. It worked.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before we say adios to these fine people that listen to us talk for an hour?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that you've touched on so much, Mark, about like the benefits of living here. And I think I can genuinely share those feelings, right? Like I'm raising, met my wife here, got married here, had my kids here, and it's a wonderful place to live. And I think there's a lot of amenities. You didn't mention on your list, but I know Rancho Cordova is planning a new entertainment center. They call it Downtown Dova, right? With a smaller arena, like an 8,000 person arena. And Rancho Cordova is very committed to that project. Elk Grove has incredible amenities, brand new aquatic center, fantastic school district in Elk Grove. Folsom, the history, the new developments, beautiful, the oak trees. I mean, so I think there's just so much access to recreational amenities. And thank you for doing everything that you do to talk about this stuff. And I really enjoy coming on here, and I think Sacramento's a great place. So if you're interested, you should reach out to Mark. That's what you should do.
I appreciate it. Now, Derek, what I'm thinking is maybe next month pop on and we can talk rail yards, specifically about the rail yards project, and see
Sure.
we can do a little research on it and just talk a little bit about how it's doing. Now, for you guys watching the broadcast, there are things that if you are looking to move in the area, of course, reach out. I'd love to talk to you. I'd say go to greatschools.org to kind of see where the schools are here, and schools are very subjective. So that's something I'd recommend. Crime maps as well, too. So you guys can look at that stuff as well. Megan Law, those are huge things when moving into an area. Other than that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the show. Give it a big thumbs up. We appreciate it. I'll be back next week with a Sacramento real estate market update specifically about this time of the year. As we know, guys, interest rates are kind of going up, kind of going higher than they should be. Demand is a little low, and it's going to probably be a little bit of a cold season towards the end of the year, and we'll talk a little bit about it. We'll also talk a little bit about incentives happening in new homes. Derek, my man, thank you very much for coming on board. And hopefully next month we'll talk rail yards and go have a pina colada. And guys, you do too. Enjoy your evening. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. Buying and selling is stressful. I mean, there are definitely different avenues you can go in, and there's no guarantee. Every property is different, whether you're looking to buy it or sell it. So reach out to our team and we can talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of selling currently, what your house is valued at, and all that stuff too. There's a link below to schedule a call. Now, if you're thinking about moving into the area, guys, reach out to our team as well. We're working with a lot of people relocating them to the Sacramento area. We absolutely love it. There's a Zoom link below. Set up a time where we can talk to you a little bit about what your needs are. Now, if you enjoyed this live broadcast, smash that like button. We would love to talk to you a little bit about Sacramento. I mean, we always are out and about. So if you're looking at places like El Dorado, Roseville, Rockland, Davis, we got you covered. Just reach out to us. And maybe you don't want to do a Zoom call, so just hit me at my phone number on the banner and we can talk a little Sacramento. Now, guys, one last thing before I go, there's a playlist right over there of other videos I've done about the Sacramento area. Knowledge is power. Those videos will help you kind of make a decision if Sacramento is that spot for you and you want to take it to the next stage. All right, guys, this is Mark. Have a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Remember, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next video.